How good is the world of flight simulations shaping up in the year 2020? Hi there guys, Shane here, Oz Flight Simmer. In today's video we are taking a look at the big flight sims in 2020. We'll be taking a look at which flight sim best suits you in your journey making the perfect flight sim experience. So if this interests you, please stick around, hit that blue thumbs up button and subscribe for more weekly flight sim content. 2020 is shaping up to be a massive year in the world of flight simulations, something we haven't seen for many years. For the first time we have many sims competing for your hard-earned cash. In most cases, buying a flight sim, the investment just doesn't stop at the initial purchase of the sim. To create the most realistic flight simulation experience, you need to think about PC setup, flight control setup, what airports, and what aircraft do you want to fly? Does the sim I choose have all the plugins needed such as flight planners, traffic, ATC, GPS, and the list goes on and on. So choosing the right sim for you is one of the biggest decisions you will make in your virtual flight careers. So in today's video we'll be taking a look at the 4 big sims that have or should hit the market in 2020. So with saying this, let's take a look at the first one, which is just about to launch on April the 14th. From the team at Lockheed Martin, yes, the same company that makes some of the world's state-of-the-art aircraft, such as the F-16 Fighting Falcon, the F-117 Nighthawk, and of late the F-35 Lightning, and many more. They are now releasing their 5th version of their Prepar3D flight sim on April the 14th. Lockheed have mentioned that V5 is part of the first step of an all-new platform built for the next generation of flight simulation and training. In this version of Prepared, it will be using the DirectX 12 rendering engine, which will bring much needed performance and stability to the sim now and in the future. Not only has a new engine been worked on, Lockheed have implemented some long-awaited visual improvements. The first one being a new groundbreaking visual weather platform, which will include volumetric clouds, localized precipitation, and a new atmospheric haze. This new tech has been built using True Sky tech. We have seen True Sky tech before used in some of the other AAA gaming titles such as Ace Combat 7, DayZ, and Arma 3. The whole globe has been updated to include the latest geographical data, which includes updated taxiways, runway assignments, slope runways, all with the updated PBR 4K textures for the default airports within Prepared's world. They have also built a new and improved ground contact reaction system, which has been something that Prepar fans have been crying out for a long time. This new tech now works on a per contact point. The water system has also been updated and it's using the Nevada Waveworks 2.0. Even the wildlife models have been updated, and last but not least they have added 2 new aircraft, one being the F-35B. So the good news here is if you've been using previous versions of Prepared, you will find that some of your favorite third-party add-ons may see themselves updated to version 5 sometime soon, and you probably won't see a charge from the developer from that. Which is great news, because not all your previous investments in the Prepared series will go to waste. The team at Lockheed Martin are usually very active in the first 12 months of a development of each new release, so you should be able to see more improvements to this sim to come. The next big sim in 2020, we're going to take a look at Deadstick. If you haven't heard of Deadstick before, it's a whole new sim platform that has been in development for a few years now. With some teasers and updates of late, we should see this sim sometime hit our desktops in 2020. Even if it's gonna be an early access release. Deadstick is essentially a bush flight simulator where you are a stick and rudder bush virtual pilot flying around the backcountry. Deadstick have been working hard on their new terrain tool tech called Sticks and Stones. This tech was built because most of the simulators out there that overlays aerial images on their scenery. While this looks good at 30,000 feet, Deadstick is all about flying low and slow. Essentially, what Sticks and Stones gives this sim a unique difference of the world. It is represented by entirely geometry where every tree, rock, blade or grass within a 3D world is a 3D object where a player can both see and interact with. This basically gives us a beautiful world at any altitude. How cool does that sound? This sim is not only a beautiful detailed world. Deadstick, you are a bush pilot earning a living delivering cargo as a bush pilot. You will need to perform full walkarounds, pre-flight checks, manually load and unload cargo. No click of a button here. In this sim, you have to do all the work yourself. Deadstick also includes an advanced flight effects such as prop wash, torque and P-factor. You will need to take a good care of your aircraft as persistence, wear and tear is modeled as well as damage, and failure is also modeled as well. Realistic dynamic weather with study level cockpits and avionics. Deadstick seems to have it all. But it doesn't have everything, not the whole world. None of this is a real world airports or locations. This is all an artificial world. From what I can see, this may be the only large downfall when it comes to this flight simulator. Deadstick is also suited for the simmer who wants to be the ultimate bush pilot. If you want to fly airliners on real world routes around the world, this sim won't be the best sim for you. Within saying that, this next generation sim does look amazing, and the tech being developed will certainly bring the ultimate bush pilot out of you. The release date is still slated coming soon, but we should see it sometime in 2020. Now, moving on to the next sim that has shown the most amount of growth in development and also in simmer base in recent years, and that is from the team at Laminar Research, which is X-Plane 11. They've also been hard at work redesigning their sim with a new API called Vulkan. Basically, this makes things work faster than before. The sim now has a better performance utilizing your computer's GPU and CPU. Laminar mentions they have done this for a couple of reasons. A VR increase in performance, which I can say from a personal level, it is amazing and the experience using Vulkan is sensational on the VR front. The other one was to make the sim more suited for professional sims. I guess that's where the big bucks are. And the last reason they mentioned was for the ultimate scenery. Laminar want to go for the ultimate high def, incredible, amazing scenery. Their words. To do this, they needed to see a massive improvement in performance in the sim, which they have done. The sim now has a basic platform to challenge any next generation sim coming their way. If you're new to X-Plane, XP is one of the most comprehensive flight simulations out there on the current market for this generation. It has one of the most immersive experiences to date, whether you're departing from a GA grass strip for a low and slow flight or flying across the Pacific in a study level 777 to any airport around the world. XP, in my opinion, doesn't come naturally beautiful. If you want to make this the perfect flight simulator experience, it can be done, but it will cost you time and money. XP has a large array of freeware and payware add-ons for plugins, utilities and aircraft, airports and regions. You should be able to find most things you can think of that you would like to see in your sim. X-Plane have been up the front for many years, and by the looks of it, they are building on their current technology. They are going to try to take on any next generation flight sims that come their way. So taking a look at the next sim, this would have to be one of the most anticipated flight simulators to be released in the past decade. Microsoft is relaunching their flight sim brand after many years of neglect from this category with a Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator is scheduled to be released sometime in 2020. We know a lot about this sim already, but we have many questions as well. But we do know this about this next generation sim. It has basically been built from the ground up using the latest technology. The whole world has been modeled, including 2 million cities, landmarks and all the roads, mountains and 45,000 plus airports. Yes, pretty much every airport in the world has been placed in this sim. Not just all the airports, but the whole world is modeled for the first time. You will be able to fly by visual flight rules without having to buy any add-ons. This is massive. This sim is massive, 2 petabytes of data in fact, way too much for your virtual pilots to handle on their home cockpits. This sim will be streamed down by the net to keep that high fidelity of immersion without having to buy a hard drive the size of a house. In the past, Microsoft flight simulators haven't been known for their great flight characteristics from their past platforms. This time around, the 2020 team have gone and rewritten the old source code with a new and improved aircraft system, new aerodynamic simulations, improved core physics engine, and a new worldwide atmospheric air mass simulations. They are going for the most realistic aircraft flying experience across the real virtual world, and by the looks of it, they're fixing solutions for features that we've been looking for many years, such as a new weather engine with all new atmospheric simulations, airports coming to life with ground vehicles and airport workers. It looks like they are going for the perfect sim straight out of the box. But there are some downfalls. At this stage, we don't know if helicopters will make the sim. It's not going to be a VR compatible from launch. Will it have persistence and damage? These are some of the questions we don't have answers for at this stage. But within saying that, this sim appears to have potential to be one of the best sims of all time. Will it live up to the hype? Time will tell. So I guess the question to ask yourself: what sort of virtual pilot do you want to be? These 4 sims are the leaders in the market, but not all are perfect sims by themselves. We will be following all the sims and the platforms and the developments closely over the year of 2020 and beyond, from their release and development updates. I would love to hear in the comments below what virtual pilot you want to be and which sim you think will give you the closest perfect flight simulation experience. If you like this video, please smash that blue thumbs up button. I'm going to leave you one of my other favourite flight sim videos here. Why don't you check that one out, and I will see you over there.